That's for insertion. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ's Garage. And normally we do car things, but sticking with the theme of the channel, as long as we're in the garage, I think anything should be allowed. So today, I've been wanting one of these electric scooters for so long because who doesn't want to go for a ride and enjoy sunsets and be on the beach and all those good things. But one thing you guys didn't warn me about is just how crazy the range is for electric scooters. So you go on Amazon and you've got everything from like $100 scooter all the way up to like the Segways at like the $1,000 mark. And then you go even crazier. You've got some Apollos, some performance ones. They can go up to like $2,000, $3,000. And so here I am thinking $300 should be an okay budget. Forget about it. And I, of course, like a little speed. So I want 20 plus miles an hour. I decided on this one, and it's the new KQi300P. And the reason that I like this so much is, one, I've heard their build quality is amazing, and they're one of the first brands to give Segway a run for their money, and I'm all about a little competition. So with this one being under $500, it gives you a lot of things. Top speed, 20 miles an hour. You got hydraulic suspension. You got dual disc brakes, 30 miles of range, 20% incline, hill climbing ability, front and rear turn signals, and 10.5-inch tubeless tires. And I'm a big fan of the tubeless tires because, as you imagine, who wants to have a flat tire while you're enjoying a nice cruise in the sunset, you know? I was originally going to do the 100P, and then Walmart messed up the whole shipping thing. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to ball out a little bit, spend some money. And then this ended up at my house. So here we are. As I'm unboxing this, one thing I want to say is that, of course, we're all buying things for different reasons. So if you're buying this as your commuter, then range is going to be important to you, and charge time, those types of things. For me, this is going to be just for purely enjoyment. You know, a random Sunday going for a ride, a random just evening where it's nice and cool outside. Or if you're like me, I hate paying for parking. So my goal is to get this. Of course, I left the skizzers, but I hate paying for parking. So if I can just park somewhere and ride the scooter, then why not? Got some nice instructions right here. Quick start. Got a little box by OK Go. Let's see what's in here. KQi300, a book, another book. We've got an Allen key. Gonna need that. We've got these 6 screws. Nope, this is 7 screws, so maybe one extra. And this little thing, that's for insertion. Looks like the charger. New. First impressions, just pulled it out of the box, and it's cool. It's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this together, and we'll walk through it before I start telling you what I think. So it says step 1, take this, bring this up here, latch, and click. Ooh, that's a good sound. I feel like this should just not be dangling, but it doesn't say not to let it dangle. Flip around, loop-de-loop, like so. So looking at this, there's going to be these 3 spots right here around this. So 2 holes right here, 2 holes right here, and then 2 on the other side. So 6 holes total, and we'll get that tightened up. I don't know who Allen is and how he invented this key, but the Allen key has turned out to be one of the most versatile things ever. I mean, IKEA would be nothing without the Allen key. I wonder if Allen worked for IKEA. I want to meet Allen. You guys think Allen's still alive? And why is this a key? it doesn't really unlock anything. I guess it unlocks potential. So the next step after this is actually to just plug it in and let it charge. I also like that they've got the quick instructions here to fold it up. Welds look good. Everything feels pretty good. I mean, even this is nice to the touch. Make life electric. Looks like this is the charge port. So I'm just gonna slide this off to the side. We got our little red light indicating charging. Oh no, it's dirty already. It says warning. Only switch to sport mode after you've become proficient in riding. We don't need this warning. We're starting in sport mode. Okay, it's probably not even an option to start this thing in sport mode, but whatever. I am normally a fan of the thumb throttles, but this might work actually pretty good. Seems fine. All right, so the first thing I want to do is just try this one out and see how easy it is to fold, because that's the most important thing for me. But there's a little pull tab to release up here. This slides forward like that. Then this guy just lifts up like that. And then it's got a little lock right there. And it's good. It says it is like 40 something pounds. I want to say it's like 48 pounds, but that's pretty easy, right? And then to unfold, there's a little release right here. So you push this release, that lets go of that. Then you just snap this one, snap there, and then you lock it with this. And you should hear a click, like so. So that's one of the easiest ones that I've seen to like snap and open and move and everything. So yeah, so far, pretty impressed. And I'm gonna take my those off because I would never be riding in those. But the deck itself feels pretty good. Ooh. You can stand like this. Whoa. See if my balance is any good. Stand feels good. Deck feels good. These nice little rubber grippy pads are nice. I don't love this bell though. This bell could be a little bit better. Like I said, build quality, very nice. I mean, they've done a great job for this price point to be able to make this what it is. This is the bell I was talking about. It's just literally just whatever. But it's got the little grips right there. Little grip over here with your twist throttle right there. So we'll go ahead and turn it on with just holding this. Turn signal. Left one. Ooh. Then you have a brake here and another brake here. Let's cancel that. You can see your brake pretty good. Nice brake light. Then up front, you got another light, which is also very, very bright. So far, the app is really easy. All I did was log in or create a login, and then it picked up that I have two of them. So it's gonna go ahead and recommend connecting. So I don't know which one's which, but I'm gonna hit this. So you can go beep, short press the power button of the scooter. So we'll do that. Okay, so this one's number one. Name this device. So we're gonna name this one Scooty McToot. Hit yes. Okay, so I gotta walk through this tutorial. I need both hands on them. So far I really like this app. I'm not gonna show you what it shows down there because it shows my address and where it's located. So it's got a little GPS tracking. But yeah, I can lock and unlock the scooter from there. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna go into customize. So we're gonna go to customize ride. And in here you can do your starting speed. So we'll set that to 4 kilometers an hour. And you can actually deactivate the kickstart if you wanted. You can adjust your regenerative braking, battery charge limit, and this is to protect your battery. Obviously, if you charge to 100% every time, you're gonna kind of degrade your battery a little bit faster. At least that's in theory, but you know, you do what you want. Just let it die every now and then. Dynamic mode, auto cruise, and then quick lock. So it's got a couple different settings, nothing wild. Another thing to save some battery is like daytime running light. So that headlight, we can turn it off, or we can sync it with the headlight. I mean, whichever. So you can save some battery life there. Not much, but something. And it says mode switch, short press 1 second for mode switch. That's headlights. 3 times is to change the unit speed. So miles per hour. Okay, 5 times is pedestrian mode. I think that's what that one is. 5, yep, pedestrian mode. So that's limit speed to 3.7 miles an hour. So I've had this for about a week and a half since posting this video, and I've got to say I'm really impressed by this, and I think that 400 to 500 range is the sweet spot for an electric scooter for just somebody who wants one to have fun with occasionally. And you could probably drop down to the 300 range if you wanted one of the 100Ps. But this thing is amazing. It's quick enough at 20 miles an hour, charges fast, the range is great at 30 miles, and honestly, I'm about 190 pounds, and the largest rider that you guys saw in the video was about 200 pounds. So these were able to move and get up to speed with ease. I even had the chance to test these on some hills, some trails. I even drove off-road a little bit. The suspension's nice. I mean, I have zero complaints about this scooter. And the build quality is everything people talked about on the internet. And I'm glad to be one of the other people on the internet talking about how NIU does a great job of building a value, budget-friendly scooter without making you feel like you compromised a ton. I love the different modes, even the pedestrian mode, I tried that out. And for someone who's never ridden one of these, or maybe they're scared of the speed, you put this in eco or e-save mode, and I mean, anybody can jump on these and ride them. So I really do think that this is a great scooter, and in fact, I was so happy with it, I bought 2 of them, and hopefully you guys like this review, learned something, and enjoyed the content. So I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.